Good morning from Memphis International Airport. Today I'll be flying with Southwest Airlines on their Boeing 737-700 from here in Memphis to Orlando, Florida. I booked this trip solely for plane spotting and for the experience, so let's get on our way. I parked at the economy garage this morning because it allows me to pay only $6 for the entire day. It also gave me the chance to walk down this cool walkway to the terminal. Even though Southwest departs from Concourse A, I will be clearing TSA and Concourse B today. This is because the TSA checkpoint has been removed from Concourse A due to minimalized use of the concourse. Since I only had one backpack with me, I could completely skip the check-in line. I checked in on my phone 24 hours earlier and walked straight to TSA, which wasn't very easy. I'll talk about that a bit later. I got held up in TSA because I'm 17 years old and they didn't like that I was flying alone and immediately coming right back. Here's my flight this morning, Southwest 4478, which is departing out of gate A29 at the very end of the concourse. Here's Concourse A, which has lots of ads for the better MEM that's in progress. This concourse used to host all of Northwest Airlines operations using the Saab 340s and CRJs. Both Delta and Southwest are using this concourse until the Concourse B renovations are complete. My gate this morning is A29, serving Southwest 4478 with nonstop service to Orlando and connecting on to Denver. I'll be stopping in Orlando though. Not very long after I arrived at the gate, about 6:20 a.m., people started showing up. I hoped for an on-time departure at 7:15 a.m. Here is my aircraft this morning, November 229 Whiskey November, a 14-year-old Boeing 737-7H4. It arrived from Chicago Midway the day before. As the sun rose, I was able to get a better look at my airplane. I was upset to see that it was painted in the new livery, but I was also excited because that would make this my first flight on a new livery 737-700. We began boarding right on time at 6:40 a.m. I had boarding position B20, so I was pretty far back in the line.
That's fine. You said, do you want the window? That's fine.
Southwest has this aircraft laid out in a 143 standard seat economy class cabin. All seats are exactly the same, except for the exit row where there are only 2 seats. My seat for this flight is 22F. It's in the second to last row of the airplane and is obviously really close to the lavatory. It also provides a pretty good view out behind the wing. Upon sitting down, I felt surprisingly cramped. That's because the seats only have 17 inches of width, but the legroom was pretty good nonetheless. The tray table is standard size and does extend. It also has a cup holder. The overhead panel is slightly older with incandescent bulbs in the lights. We began our pushback about 5 minutes late at 7:20 a.m. I'm going to be quiet now and let y'all enjoy this departure off of runway 18 right, joining the BB King 6 departure.
Signs overhead, lights on the floor, lead to those exits. If an evacuation is necessary, follow my lieutenant's commands and leave everything. In the event of a water evacuation, use the life vest under your seat. Remove the vest only pull to do so. Pull the red strap to open the container and remove the pouch. Remove the vest from the pouch as shown on the safety information card. Place the vest over your head, wrap the black strap around your waist, buckle in the front, and pull to tighten. Once outside and only outside, put another red tab to inflate to make inflate blowing to the tube at your shoulders. Your vest has a light that turns on automatically in the water. Please refer to the safety information card for the use of a light and inflate. Continue wearing the mask until the voice number of our crew member. If you're traveling with children or anyone needing special assistance, please secure your mask first. double check your seatbelts and enjoy the flight.
As we make our way up to 39,000 feet, let's take a look at the seatback pocket contents. This includes the safety card, the menu card, the in-flight entertainment card, and Southwest's in-flight magazine. Southwest's in-flight entertainment is provided to you via their Wi-Fi network on either a phone or a laptop. They have a vast selection of movies, games, TV shows, and books, as well as a really simple flight tracker. One thing that I've always liked about Southwest is the free live TV provided on every flight. I ended up watching A Dog's Journey. I'm currently reading the book, and I can say from what I've read so far that the movie definitely needs some improvement, but it was pretty good overall. Soon after I started my movie, the flight attendants came around with only pretzels. I somewhat expected more from a 2.5-hour flight, but nonetheless, they did come around with sodas, and I was not disappointed. I got my usual Sprite, and as always, it tasted great. Overall, this was just any normal Southwest Airlines flight. Service-wise, it was very similar to my flight to Boston a few weeks before. In fact, snacks and drinks were about the same too. If you watched my Boston trip report, you'd see that they also only serve pretzels. Now, I don't know if this is something Southwest does now and everything else is buy on board, but I was kind of unimpressed by that fact. Though the free DirecTV was really nice, and the Wi-Fi you do have to pay for, but I don't really use Wi-Fi on the plane anyway, and this 2.5-hour flight was actually extremely enjoyable. Even though the seat was a little uncomfortable, I enjoyed my flight thoroughly. Now, if I'm being honest, this flight wouldn't have happened if it weren't for other circumstances. In fact, this trip report was supposed to be a Memphis to Atlanta trip report on Southwest. I was initially flying on the inaugural flight between Memphis and Atlanta, but due to the 737 MAX still being grounded, the flight got canceled. So I had a voucher to work with, and I used that flight to go to Orlando. And it only cost me $48 to go back, and you'll see who I flew home with in the next trip report. We arrived at gate 110 about 30 minutes early, which was really impressive. Normally when I fly Southwest, I either arrive at the gate right on time or about 5 to 10 minutes late. But anyways, I want to give a huge thank you to Southwest for being so flexible with my travel plans. They made it really easy for me to switch my flight to Atlanta to a flight to Orlando. I would also like to thank y'all for watching this video today. I really do hope you enjoyed, and if you did, please hit the like button. But if you didn't, make sure to hit the dislike button and comment why. And make sure to subscribe for more videos like this one. I have just 1 hour until my flight home to Memphis, so I'll see y'all in the next trip report.